Guys, it happened. Even more popular video promoting Ainsley Bailey and dominating the search term has appeared. By the way, I'm here as well. Look at me. The funny thing is, I have to make an update, and it's a really weird thing because this is still first YouTube appearance that you can find. You cannot find the original first appearance because it got privatized or something. I I can't say deleted. I would rather not say deleted. I would rather not find out that it was deleted. Okay, you won't find it that way, but Night School Podcast has featured her originally, and now Jimmy Fallon is featuring her comedy stand-up 6 minutes. So you get a feeling of what she has been up to lately, where she directed her career, which is very fascinating. You know, you can turn your weaknesses into a strength. That's pretty cool. There's actually another appearance, like a slight interview. This video, I think, also is meaningful in that sense. Now, you might have a simple question. Who the fuck am I? Guys, I've been here before all of you, all right? And I also very much hope that Ainsley does appear on YouTube since I'm here too. You know, that's my social media. I don't want to be on Instagram all the time. So finally, Jimmy Fallon has dragged her not just on stage, but she now has an exclusive video front and center. And I'm just tailing behind like a little obsessed fan. But it's probably the other way around. I'm probably a bigger person here, visiting a low hanging fruit. Because, you know, she has problems. She's not top tier person to chase after. But I appreciate all kinds of women. And to be a low hanging fruit straight from Disney, from Shake It Up, like that shit's greater of value than most people appreciate her as. So I'm gonna keep at it and make this update video. It's actually pretty short, isn't it? Very unusual for my channel.
I started being more vulnerable on stage, especially digging into some of like the darker material that I've been doing lately, like that's when doors started opening for me. Like started talking.
That is a very authentic person. Like she has a struggle speaking even. And you have to speak for a long time. Like you have to be a social person. If you're a loner, which is one of the, you know, the ultimate chronic illness, being a loner, all right, is going to give you a speech impairment by default. It's going to make you shake because you're surrounded by people. It's unusual. Like everything that she's describing as like a struggle for her is just a side effect of being a loner and still, you know, caring for others in the end of the day. So it sucks, you know, like what am I fighting against? Am I fighting doctor description of her? Because that's what I see. I've been through loneliness and I'm still going through it. I know the side effects. It's pretty obvious and you can make logical deductions like that. You know, the third side effect, pale skin. Fourth side effect would be like, oh, you can drink medications and make yourself feel better. You know, placebo, if not worse, if not true hatred, because medication is more harmful than useful, from my experience. And doctors exist in my heart, not in real life, from my experience. To the point where I am the doctor. There's no one to consult, to ask them questions. There's no one to trust, to tell my story, to say, hey, what do you think about this girl? Right? I have nobody. I am my own doctor as well. I have to take care of myself as well. So if that's what life is about, because like these are not like just random circumstances. I speak up. I have my YouTube channel, right? I exist. These are not random circumstances where you just end up of like alone and you have to doctor yourself, right? And yes, my friend would say like go to therapy, but what the fuck does that mean? Right? Are you afraid for me? You're afraid for me? I'm supposed to do something for you now? Aw. Too late. I read it as an insult. So I saw the nature of reality. You doctor yourself, and you also have your self-inflicted wounds. Not really self. You carry mental illness of others, not yourself. You're not creating mental illness. You carry it from other people. Now, they don't really deserve it, but they also haven't noticed yet, you know, to even ask a question of what's exactly going on here. Yeah, it's your mental illness. It's not hers. It's not mine. Okay? You guys have problems and you're terrible at solving your own problems. So this so-called relationship, it goes pretty deep, right? There's something I'm fighting for here. All right? So she's also like a pretty nice staple for not something wrong happening. This is the intended system consequence, and we have to acknowledge it.
So scared to talk about it's like that's what has been
Yeah, I mean, you will grasp onto anything that helps at this point,
resonating with people. So I think it's just such a
especially if it makes money.
testament to
Let's
like
go, bro.
people want
Especially if you can capture audience and their attention and they want to laugh with you. Aw.
out. You realize how not alone you are when you start sharing it.
Oh yeah,
Now, I don't know her experience and what she means by that, to be honest. She could just be lying, saying random shit out of stressful situation of like, I'm being interviewed, I have to say something. I feel less alone because I'm surrounded by people who want to look at me, but we don't know how they feel about this. We don't know how much they actually care and if they actually see the true image of a cute, sweet person who really cares and is always nervous. That's what I see. I see no problems on her whatsoever. Zero problems. And she always says, like, don't feel bad for me. I mean, I will feel bad. But that's the funny disclaimer that she has to throw in there so people can just, like, laugh. It is what it is. Ha ha ha. Not understanding, again, it's like, you could be solving that problem potentially. You could easily be the solution, especially you can show up here, right? Like I showed up. How does that make you feel? All right. I'm just some dude in the end of the day. Some poor guy with a lot of thoughts that I had to process. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing where like you use, I mean, at this point she is almost like my ex. Like I can still manifest this energy or this level of relationship where it's like, yeah, we did the thing. All right. I was just like in her comment section, and then she kicks me out because things get ugly. But it's not because it's ugly between me and her. It's ugly because there's a fucking middleman or middle woman dressed as a man. Yeah, it's complicated, but kind of funny at the same time. And of course, I don't want people to stress over me and now like I'm in this like creative elevation level where I can't even directly talk to someone. I have to do these like weird ass labyrinthian videos to try and impact their lives and see what they respond with or what happens in their life and like what resonates with me. It's just fucking bullshit, basically. My life is now bullshit. All right? Officially. Until, of course, the walls break down and the other person decides that they're brave enough to do something more serious. But for now, this might just be the only thing I get. You know, just Jimmy. Jimmy Fallon. It feels like the ending, rather. than the peak of the career. It feels like the ending. It's not supposed to sound like Graham. It's just I probably will not get anything beyond this point.
Our next guest.
I shouldn't like expect anything anymore.
Just
Anything beyond this point will be a miracle. Like again, like you get something so overwhelming that everything else will be minuscule for like a whole year, and maybe nothing will happen past that point. But life goes on. How can you possibly do nothing for prolonged periods of time? It's just shit that I have to think about, you know? Alright, so which parts are we gonna talk about? Because there's the dry part of talking about her being Latina ish, her being from Texas, just basically introducing herself as a person. Because, like, I didn't knew most of the facts. She was born without enamel, tooth enamel. How do you do that? That's fine. Honestly, it's fine. You don't have to be born with tooth enamel. You're gonna throw away those first teeth anyways. Also, you can't really be born with teeth in the first place, can you? Funny. Nice try, Ainsley. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a comedian too. I have a little bit of everything going on in me. If I can make comedy in my videos, if I can sprinkle some spice, I'll go ahead and do it. I'm not against it. I'm not a fucking stone cold guy. If a door opens for comedy, you always go in there to have some fun. All right? You always need to do that. It's an obligation to enter the playground. And whoever doesn't go into the playground, shame on them. Shame on them for not having sense of humor, right? For not side questing a little bit in life. Because that's what life is about. You take every single side quest you can possibly get because there's nothing on the other end. There's only death in the end of the day. Death and boredom. Waiting for death, basically. You sit on a bench and it's like, well, I guess I'll wait for death now. Like, no. Stop it. You should have been spending your life, you know, on everything that you can spend your life on. Anything fun, first and foremost. So, of course, I'm not against comedy. I mean, God forbid you make a search on my channel and find out that I call something comedy specials. So that might be something you care about, actually. There's like 16 videos already. Hmm? Yes, I've been busy. It's been a year, by the way. So it's quite an appropriate moment to come back and swing even harder, it looks like. And again, I need to update this. This is now the new big deal for her, the new trophy, the new YouTube appearance, where she like genuinely shows not just her kindness, because in the podcast, like she looks as like this magical fairy person that everyone should be so glad to have as a friend. But then, yeah. This podcast kind of like removed a bunch of episodes, and one of them has Ainsley in it, and I'm angry now. I'm actually pretty angry. Let me show my angry face. This is my angry face. That's right. Okay, a little bit more. Here you go. Angry. I don't think I will get a chance to be angry because, you know, it's women. They exist in a different plane of dimension, basically. Unreachable, untouchable, non-interactive. They're making weird-ass decisions and you can't do anything about it. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, she even appears as a real person. First 3 seconds, write the entire vibe for the rest of the show. Of like, oh shit, she's a real person, not an NPC. Hide, everyone.
Hi, hello.
Hide! yourselves.
I'm aware that my voice
Is like a shaky cam. Like she almost like embodies the stage fright. Because the most important problem, like I learned how to improvise. I really wanted to be like very comfortable with what comes out of my mouth. And I'm finally in this position where it's just like, damn, I'm an immovable object. I will open my mouth and smart things will come out. I've just solved the problem, right? Where you like normally you have a script in your brain lodged in there, you have to remember all these jokes. It's hard. And any amount of stress or fright will tinker with those jokes just a little bit and will just slow you down just a little bit, make you more nervous of like, the panic can keep stacking indefinitely and overwhelm you basically. At any point, shit can go wrong, right? You're fighting like a big demon. So to see someone be real about it for once is a big deal. All right, you don't get that experience, guys. Now, why is it happening? It's a secret. It's always going to be a secret that only she knows, and even that will require quite a lot of work for her to figure out what's going on here.
sounds like
And even then, like you can also blame medication. If you're taking medication, all of a sudden that could be a problem. 16 medications? Okay. Thank God she also says that she's kind of faking it. I mean, I get to choose now. So you take 8 medications. I'll take the middle position.
the
Middleman.
audio.
No, middleman does not. Okay, smart things come out of my mouth, but sometimes a fart comes out of my mouth. But you wouldn't notice. You wouldn't understand. It doesn't come out like this. No. Comes out as a weird word that I'm not supposed to say. I take a middle position, but I can't be a middleman. I just take 8 instead of 0 or 16. Like, come on.
Full chronic illnesses.
Again, it's a lot easier to just call it an illness. It's a lot easier for everyone else to understand of like, it's what a pity, you know. Because otherwise, like, it's almost not that deep when you just call it stress of like, oh, what does that mean, right? Like, people don't feel the weight of it, perhaps. Stress and loneliness, they don't feel the weight of, and they wouldn't want to think about it anyways. They don't care about solving that problem in particular right now. So you can just call it illness, and people are going to be like, oh shit. It changes the script just enough so people can pity you. I guess that's valuable because they will pay attention. Oh, you're a weird person, and who's going to love you, basically? That sort of concern happens, manifests. But the reality is a lot more complicated.
Not like other girls.
In a way, like, it's actually even grim to even laugh at her jokes. To me, that none of this is funny. Which is funny, that nothing is funny. But I still see it as very valuable content for me. Because I don't expect comedy necessarily. I get to know her better. Here you go.
I take 16 different medications. Probably just like faking it for attention. Are so used to my shakiness that
There is like the dark side of the things she's saying.
sometimes
Isn't
they
it?
will forget that I am essentially just like a brunette earthquake.
I'm not saying she's not trying to frame things in a funny way. But it's dark comedy, which, is a trap zone, a minefield. It's almost best not to laugh at anything instead of, trying to pick parts that are funny.
As long as you don't.
And for me personally, I would be a person of like, if you need a hug at any moment, if you feel emotional, if you feel lonely, right? I'll be that person. A tag hugging if she needs it.
Don't mind it looking like the blue.
Again, it's so weird. Like, she gets to reveal a part of herself, and it's like, it scares me even more. Of like, allergic to bananas? Oh, God. This one I can't explain, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
I'm signs that
Oh, yeah, that is the most annoying thing.
if I lived on the east or
Or west side of town?
west side of town,
That's the weirdest question ever. You have to generally see the map of... I wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't even be able to tell. I remember looking at my map and it's like, the street goes this way. Can I draw, please? The street goes this way on a map. So everything is west side for me. I wouldn't even know how to talk about my town. Navigating is annoying. I mean, a crazy survival situation for her.
and I said I can no longer participate. Time for your riddles, sir.
Ainsley Bailey!
I do have to say, she still feels like more of an amateur than a full-fledged comedian. But what do you expect, right? You don't even expect probably females to do comedy well. But, you know, she's getting there. I hope. Because the real question is generating material. It's pretty difficult. You can only throw so many facts about yourself to the point where things get repetitive. To make a successful stand-up, you really have to live a life, essentially. And funny things have to keep happening that you can actually tell to a big audience. It's really complicated. I wouldn't be able to do this myself. So I'm like, hands off. I mean, you go, girl. Ugh, tough stuff. But then again, I did found 16 points of material to draw from and made videos about it. So I guess it's not that deep. As long as you allow yourself to say a bunch of bullshit things, maybe. I don't know how I inflated videos to be 1 hour long. I still feel like an unidentified object. What a hard word to say. Like, I don't know how good my videos are. I don't know how funny my videos are. I would love substantial criticism, but at the same time, I was just solving my microphone issue. Literally, like, 2 episodes ago, I sounded very different. Probably unwatchable, rather. We'll never know. Until algorithm says of like, oh yeah, you fixed the most critical part about why your videos stank this whole time. We all have struggles. We all can find comedy. I'm just a little worried that, is this a real career path? Or can she just fix herself now? Maybe. I almost dare to say the most outrageous thing. And because, like, you live in this, like, comedy bubble, it's very difficult to accept that people are generally pretty evil. And they don't deserve your attention or your free charity. If you're struggling, they don't really deserve you in the end of the day. They just set up a system that extracts value from you so you get paid. It is what it is. It's the means of exchange. And I still expect her to, like, go back into the shadow realm to just keep making money. Like, we don't talk about the finances that much as we should of the struggles. Like, we're talking about C-listed celebrity here. All right? Despite her initials saying otherwise, it's hard to tell, like, if she's going to be earning enough to be stable. Because, again, we don't discuss numbers. We don't know each other's numbers. I can tell my numbers. Let's call it $500,000 a month of profits, minus, like, all utilities, all expenses. I'll throw my number. Fuck it, right? Just because I get benefits, and my mom gets benefits, and it's the most mysterious thing, but at the same time, I deserve it. I deserve it. You guys are doing some weird shit, right? Collectively. We're all on our own. In our own terms, we're just doing our own things. We have infinite freedom. But some people get left behind because, you know, not because they're evil, but because they actually care. Caring is a weakness. Caring is stressful. Caring is empathetic. Caring is listening and talking and staying humble, right? Giving people extra chances. Good people always feel like they're behind because everything feels slightly more expensive than what people make it out to be. And it's not chronic illness. It's just easy to introduce yourself that way. But when it comes to explaining what's actually going on, you tell me. You tell me, because I know I tried my best to explain, but you tell me how much you understand of this situation. Because again, someone's pinnacle is basically all they can muster. That's all they can do for you in the end of the day. Unless you solve the mysteries, they won't be able to open up and do more, achieve more, because they're kind of blocked out. They're already struggling hard enough. Like, what do you want from them? It's very unlikely that she can do the same thing, but louder. Jimmy Fallon is like the top tier, like endgame stage. You can't do better than that. You can just like reappear with more material, more shock value or something. So that's what I'm concerned about. I care. I read this whole scenario. Every single detail matters for me. That's why I even like engage in this like dramatic conversation in her comment section, because I cared about very specific video and I showed and talked about it. All right. We don't have to recite that. I could look at it back again just to see how it feels. She was just struggling with like upload schedule. When should I upload my videos or posts on Instagram or whatever, right? When is the algorithm gonna favor me? And it is so complicated. You learn something new every day. I already forgot what advice I gave, but I tend to care like that, you know? And she was like, not even understanding what I was trying to say. Probably something along the lines of like, don't worry when you upload. At that point, quality simply matters more than the timing. Yeah, I'm in this like creative level right now where we probably did enough interaction between each other. We're like, well, you're my ex now. Oops, I have to move on. Unless you have something to say to me, I'll just look for someone even better, if you don't mind. Alright, see you guys next time. And thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this one.